Hey guys, this is Anil. I'll tell you one business use case regarding multi-language support. So I worked on two POCs. One was open source Google, one was Libre Translate, that is basically open source. Okay, another was one was regarding Google Translate. Okay, so I found that Libre Translate is basically recommended for testing personal infrequent uses, and it don't have any production support. Performance and accuracy is not so good. Okay. Additionally, this needs to be hosted somewhere, so there will be cost involved. No info available on batch translation if needed in the future, and no documentation translation for future case. Okay. So I focused totally on Google Cloud Translation API. High level, this is natural choice due to GCP already in use in case if you have. Okay, and it offers premium production support. There is gRPC based client library. Accuracy performance is really awesome. There is big community for support. It support across 125 languages. Okay, in addition to 125 languages, also support batch translate, document translate if needed in the future. Right. Coming to pricing for Google Cloud Translation, this charge the text that cloud translation API process. Okay, and there is 5 lakhs characters free per month. Okay, and for that you get a credit of $10, and 5 lakhs to 1 billion character you are charged for $20 per million character. So if you see 5 lakhs character is already free. If there is moderate usage of this translation API, probably we won't be charged, right? In addition to the previous slide, if we consider further pricing consideration with respect to any of the customer ecosystem, okay. So in our case, in our business study case that I'm going to present is I have used gRPC based client library, and that we can use as a jar. Okay, and this jar can be used in any of the application which looking for multi-language support. This will save hosting cost of API as well. That may incurs from dev, UAT, staging or production. Okay. Another point is that there is language detection API as well. And at present there is no charges for language detection. Generally, you pass source language, destination language, and the text. Okay, but if you don't pass source language, for example, if it's English, you don't part English, so API automatically detect the source language. So if I'm coding using gRPC based client library, okay, so we can pass source language so that we can avoid using language detection service, and we can make sure that there is no cost for detection in the future if the Google is going to charge for that. Another point is that since every character that are passed are count for the cost, we need to be cautious to pass only required character per business needs. Thank you for being here. Okay, now I'll show you these two projects. One is okay. One is service run, which is I have used to test and develop this translation jar, and this project is basically just to producing the jar only. Okay, so herein the main class is this. Okay, translation service b2. Okay, This is using both the way of authentication ADC as well as service account keys. So if you have configured clouds in your local, probably you can use ADC. I have the method in here. Okay. And if you are using service account for authentication with GCP, you can use default token as well. Okay, so this will not look for service account keys. This is basically the translation result. It always returns two things. One is the text which is translated and the error. Okay, if you see here, this is calling. Okay, so if successfully your text translated, error will be empty. If there is problem in translation, it will give you an error along with the original text that is without translated. Okay, so you can use this way. This is kind of contract, and that can be used in your source application, right? So what I have done, if you see, is everything is commented over here. Okay, only these two classes are active, and I can build this project here. The build is successful. Okay, and I can prepare jar from here. I will copy and paste. If I modify something, I will modify here, copy paste these two classes here and run it. Okay, so this is preparing the jar. Generally it's a simple jar. I have not done something special to get this jar. Okay, this is maven build only. This is the jar. So what I have done, I have configured this jar in another project. That is kind of the project, your basic project, which may look for multi-language support. Okay, so if you see here, the same jar is available as a dependency. Okay, this one. Okay, and I am installed. So in different video I will tell you how to install this jar in your project. Okay, but if you see, this is your translation caller, and this is the same class that I have wired from library. Okay, and this is calling, passing this text. I am good. It is trying to translate into Spanish, I believe. Okay, so if I show you by executing this program, this is a Spring Boot program. There is scheduler I have configured that will fire in 5 seconds. Okay, let me stop this. Okay, so original text was I am good. In Spanish, this is to IBN. Okay, error is empty because translation was successful. Okay, and these are not any exception. I told, right, there is two way of authentication. One is using service account keys, another is using ADC. ADC is not configured, so that is why it is giving the exceptions. Even you can remove that. Okay, so the source project is able to translate successfully. Okay, and that is end of this video. These three projects, one is how to prepare jar, another is how to code this translation API client library jar. Okay, and another is different workspace, how to use that jar. So these three projects I will attach with the demo as well. Okay, so you can get it from there. I will attach this basic PPT. Okay, in different video I'll tell you how to install this jar in your project along with all the artifact required. Okay, thank you so much.